Hello, before we start the video, could you please subscribe to my channel? Once upon a time, in a kingdom far away, there was a beautiful princess named Snow White. Her beauty was so enchanting that even the animals of the forest admired her from afar. Snow White lived with her stepmother, Queen Malissa, who was consumed with jealousy over Snow White's beauty. The queen possessed a magical mirror that told her she was the fairest in the land, but one day, the mirror revealed a startling truth. Snow White had become the fairest. Furious, Queen Malissa devised a plan to rid herself of Snow White. She ordered her to be taken deep into the Enchanted Forest, a mystical and treacherous place where no one dared to venture. However, Snow White's kind heart and quick wit helped her escape the queen's wicked intentions. Lost in the Enchanted Forest, Snow White stumbled upon a hidden grove where 7 small houses stood. The houses belonged to 7 peculiar beings known as the Forest Keepers, each with unique abilities that reflected their special connection to nature. There was Thistle, the wise herbalist; Fern, the master of plants; Willow, who could speak to animals; Oak, the protector of the forest; Moss, the keeper of secrets; Ivy, who could control the vines; and Birch, the spirit of the forest's heart. Snow White, with her gentle nature, quickly won the affection of the forest keepers. They welcomed her into their home, and Snow White began to help them with their duties, learning about the forest and its magic. The forest keepers taught her how to communicate with animals, heal plants, and understand the rhythms of nature. Meanwhile, Queen Malissa discovered that Snow White had survived her initial attempt to banish her. Driven by rage, she concocted a series of increasingly clever schemes to defeat Snow White. She disguised herself in various forms: an old crone selling enchanted apples, a mysterious traveler with a cursed comb, and even a beggar woman with a poisoned scarf. Each time, Snow White, aided by the forest keepers, managed to overcome these dangers. One day, the queen discovered a forgotten enchantment in an ancient spellbook that promised to end Snow White's life once and for all. With this new dark magic, she cast a spell that put Snow White into an enchanted slumber, placing her in a magical cocoon that would protect her from the forest's wrath, but leave her in a deep sleep. The forest keepers, heartbroken, used all their magic to preserve the cocoon and keep Snow White safe, hoping that one day someone might break the spell. The news of Snow White's plight spread across the land, reaching the ears of a courageous prince who had once heard tales of her kindness and beauty. Determined to save Snow White, the prince journeyed to the Enchanted Forest. Guided by the forest keepers, he found the magical cocoon and, with great care and respect, broke the spell using a heartfelt vow of true love and devotion. Snow White awoke, and the enchantment was lifted from the forest and its magical inhabitants. Queen Malissa, having witnessed the true power of love and unity, was consumed by her own dark magic and vanished from the land. Snow White and the prince, grateful for the forest keepers' aid and the newfound peace, returned to the kingdom, where they were welcomed with joy and celebration. Snow White became a wise and benevolent queen, guiding the kingdom with compassion and a deep connection to nature, while the forest keepers continued to watch over the Enchanted Forest, ensuring that its magic remained a source of wonder and harmony. And so, Snow White, her prince, and the forest keepers lived happily ever after, forever bound by the magic of the enchanted land and the enduring power of love and friendship.